Abram was born a son of Terah, from the line of Shem, the son of Noah. Terah had 3 sons, Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran fathered Lot, who became as a son to Abram after Haran's death. In those days, Terah took his family, Abram, Sarai, his daughter-in-law, and Lot, his grandson, and set out from Ur of the Chaldeans, intending to journey into the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there, and it was in Haran that Terah lived out his years, and there he died. Abram's wife Sarai was barren, with no child to carry his name. And yet, it was upon this man, a wandering son of Terah, that God placed his promise.
Go from your country, your people, and your father's household, to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you, I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you.
And Abram believed. So Abram went, as the Lord had told him, and with him went Sarai his wife, Lot, his nephew, and all the possessions and people they had acquired. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. They set out for the land of Canaan, carrying with them the weight of God's promise, a journey into the unknown, with only faith as their guide. When they came to the land of Canaan, the Lord appeared to Abram and said,
To your offspring I will give this land.
So Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved on, pitching his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. And again he built an altar, calling on the name of the Lord. Then Abram set out and continued his journey southward. But soon the land was tested with famine, and Abram journeyed down into Egypt, for the famine was severe.
Sarai, you are beautiful in appearance. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, This is his wife, and they will kill me. Say then that you are my sister, that it may go well with me because of you.
And so it was. When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that Sarai was very beautiful. She was taken into Pharaoh's house, and Abram was treated well for her sake. Flocks, herds, and servants were given to him. But the Lord afflicted Pharaoh and his household with great plagues because of Sarai.
What is this you have done to me? Why did you not tell me she was your wife? Take her and go.
So Abram and Sarai were sent away, with all they had, spared by the hand of God. Abram returned to Canaan from Egypt, rich in livestock, silver and gold, accompanied by Lot, their families, and all that they had. But the land could not support both of them together, for their flocks and herds were great, and strife arose between their herdsmen. So Abram spoke to Lot, his nephew, seeking peace and unity within the family.
Let there be no strife between you and me, for we are family. Is not the whole land before you? Choose where you will go. If you go left, I will go right. If you go right, I will go left.
And Lot lifted his eyes and saw the plain of the Jordan, well watered like the garden of the Lord, even as the Lord's blessing filled Abram's camp. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain and pitched his tents near Sodom. a city of great wickedness, destined for destruction by the Lord. And then the voice of the Lord came to Abram, a voice that would carry him beyond this moment, beyond loss, into a promise far greater than he could imagine.
Lift up your eyes, Abram, and look from where you are, north, south, east, and west. All the land that you see, I give to you, and to your offspring forever. I will make your offspring as the dust of the earth. Arise, walk through the length and breadth of the land, for I give it to you.
So Abram moved his tents and settled near the great trees of Mamre at Hebron, where he built an altar to the Lord. But in the days that followed, war came upon the land. 4 kings rose against 5, and the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah were defeated. Lot, Abram's nephew, was taken captive, carried off with his possessions. A fugitive had escaped from the conflict, running through the night to bring word to Abram of the danger that had befallen his kinsman.
My lord Abram, your kinsman Lot has been captured. The kings of the east have taken him and all his household.
Then Abram mustered the men, trained in his household, 318, and pursued the invaders as far as Dan. By night, he divided his forces, struck them, and pursued them to Hobah, north of Damascus. He recovered all, Lot, his possessions, and the people with him. Abram returned triumphant, and the king of Sodom set out from his city, making his way toward the valley of Shaveh to meet him. But before he arrived, another figure appeared, Melchizedek, the king of Salem, priest of God Most High. His appearance was mysterious, almost otherworldly. He brought out bread and wine, and with calm authority, spoke words that would linger in Abram's heart forever.
Blessed be Abram, by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth. And blessed be God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand.
And Abram gave him 1/10 of everything, unaware of the greater covenant the Lord was preparing, a promise that would shape nations and echo through generations. And then came the king of Sodom, stepping into the valley to meet Abram. His eyes were sharp, calculating, his words cloaked in promise. Yet, behind his offer lay intentions unknown.
Give me the people, and take the goods for yourself.
I will not take anything for myself. God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, is my source. I won't take anything, so that no one can say I made Abram rich. Only let my men eat what they need, and let those who helped me take their share. That's all.
And there, in the quiet of that sacred valley, Abram witnessed the hand of God at work. A blessing beyond understanding, a covenant yet unseen, a promise yet unfulfilled. Something far greater was about to unfold. In the stillness of the night, after battles fought and blessings given, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision, a moment unlike any he had known before, for God himself was about to reveal his covenant.
Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward.
O sovereign Lord, what can you give me since I remain childless? The heir of my house is Eliezer of Damascus. You have given me no children, so a servant in my household will be my heir.
But the Lord answered Abram with a promise that reached beyond imagination.
This man shall not be your heir. Your very own son will be your heir.
The Lord brought Abram outside, under the vast night sky. Countless stars stretched across the heavens.
Look up at the heavens and count the stars, if indeed you can count them. So shall your offspring be.
And Abram believed the Lord, and it was credited to him as righteousness.
I am the Lord, who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans, to give you this land to possess.
O sovereign Lord, how can I know that I shall possess it?
And the Lord commanded Abram to prepare a sacrifice, a heifer, a goat, a ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a pigeon. Abram obeyed, arranging the pieces as the Lord had said. As the sun went down, Abram fell into a deep sleep, and a dreadful darkness covered him.
Know this for certain. Your descendants will be strangers in a land not their own, enslaved and mistreated for 400 years. But I will punish the nation they serve, and afterward they will come out with great possessions. You yourself will go to your fathers in peace and be buried at a good old age. And in the 4th generation, your descendants shall return here.
Then, as the night grew still, a smoking firepot with a blazing torch passed between the pieces of the animals Abram had laid out. A solemn sign, a covenant sealed by the very presence of God. And on that day, the Lord made a covenant with Abram, saying,
To your offspring, I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river, the Euphrates.
Time passed. Sarai, Abram's wife, remained barren. Years of waiting turned hope into longing, and longing into desperation.
The Lord has kept me from having children. Go, sleep with my maidservant Hagar. Perhaps I can build a family through her.
And Abram agreed. He took Hagar the Egyptian, Sarai's maidservant, and she conceived. When Hagar realized she was with child, something shifted. She no longer looked at Sarai the same. In her eyes, her mistress was despised. And Sarai said to Abram,
You are responsible for my suffering. I placed my servant into your arms, trusted you with her, and now that she knows she is pregnant, I am despised in her eyes. May the Lord himself judge between you and me.
Abram, caught between his wife and the servant, spoke with weary resolve.
Your servant is in your hands. Do with her whatever you think best.
Then Sarai's heart grew bitter, and she mistreated Hagar until she fled into the wilderness. Hagar fled into the wilderness. Alone and afraid, she came to a spring along the road to Shur. There, in the stillness of her fear, the angel of the Lord appeared to her.
Hagar, servant of Sarai, where have you come from, and where are you going?
I'm running away from my mistress, Sarai.
Return to your mistress and submit to her. I will increase your descendants so greatly they will be too numerous to count. You are now with child, and you will have a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. He will be a wild man, his hand against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. and he will live in hostility toward all his brothers.
And Hagar called the Lord who spoke to her, El Roy, the God who sees me. She returned to her mistress and bore Abram a son. Abram named him Ishmael. He was 86 years old when his son was born. Years passed, 13 in number. Then, when Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him again.
I am God Almighty. Walk before me and be blameless. I will confirm my covenant between me and you, and I will greatly increase your numbers.
Abram fell face down.
As for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer shall you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham, for I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you exceedingly fruitful. Kings shall come from you, and I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan I give to you and to your offspring forever, and I will be their God.
And the Lord spoke to Abraham.
This is my covenant, which you shall keep between me and you and your descendants. Every male among you, whether born in your household or already living, shall be circumcised. For the newborn, it will be done on the 8th day. It is the sign of the covenant between me and you for all generations to come.
And God said further,
As for Sarai, your wife, you shall no longer call her Sarai, but Sarah shall be her name. I will bless her, and will surely give you a son by her. She shall be the mother of nations. Kings of peoples shall come from her.
Abraham fell face down before the Lord and said in his heart,
Will a child be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at 90?
Abraham said to God,
Oh, that Ishmael might be blessed by you.
Your wife, Sarah, will bear you a son, and you will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I will bless him, make him fruitful, and greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by this time next year.
And on that very day, Abraham took Ishmael his son, and all the males in his household, and circumcised them, as God commanded. Not long after, the Lord appeared to Abraham by the terebinth trees of Mamre, as he sat at the entrance of his tent in the heat of the day. He lifted his eyes and saw 3 men standing near him. He hurried to meet them, bowing low to the ground.
My lord, if I have found favor in your eyes, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and then you may all wash your feet and rest under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed.
They agreed. So Abraham hurried to Sarah, to his servants, and to the herds, preparing curds, milk, cakes of bread, and a tender calf. He set the food before them, and stood by them under the tree, as the 3 men ate. Then one of the visitors spoke.
I will surely return to you about this time next year. And Sarah, your wife, will have a son.
Sarah was in the tent. Now Abraham and Sarah were old, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. She overheard the prophecy of the visitors and laughed quietly to herself.
After I am worn out and my master is old, will I now have this pleasure?
The Lord said to Abraham,
Why did Sarah laugh and say, Will I really have a child now that I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At the appointed time I will return, and Sarah shall have a son.
And Sarah was afraid, so she denied it, saying,
I did not laugh.
But he said,
Yes, you did laugh.
Then the men rose and looked toward Sodom, and Abraham went with them to send them on their way. And the Lord said,
Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do, seeing that Abraham shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him?
And the Lord said to Abraham,
Because the outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is very grave. I will go down to see whether they have done altogether according to the outcry that has come to me, and if not, I will know.
Then the men turned away from there and went toward Sodom. But Abraham still stood before the Lord and pleaded for the city and its people.
Will you indeed sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Suppose there are 50 righteous in the city. Will you destroy it and not spare it for the 50 righteous within it? Far be it from you to do such a thing. Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is right?
And the Lord said,
If I find 50 righteous in the city, I will spare the whole place for their sake.
I, who am but dust and ashes, have taken it upon myself to speak to the Lord. Suppose 50 are lacking 5. Will you destroy the city for a lack of 5?
I will not destroy it if I find 45 there.
What if 40, 30, 20, 10?
I will not destroy it if I find 10 there.
And the Lord went his way, and Abraham returned to his place. The city loomed ahead, its fate hanging by a thread. Within its walls, Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his family lived unaware of the judgment approaching. The wickedness of Sodom and Gomorrah had multiplied. Their depravity exceeded measure, and violence and corruption filled every street. The innocent cried out. Not even 10 righteous could be found. The hour of reckoning had come. The city's fate was sealed. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah had fallen. Fire and brimstone rained from heaven, consuming all in their path. Lot fled with his family, but his wife looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt, a monument of warning to all who would hesitate before God's judgment. Early the next morning, Abraham returned to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down toward Sodom and Gomorrah and the land of the plain and saw dense smoke rising from the earth, like smoke from a furnace. God remembered Abraham, and so he delivered Lot from the catastrophe that destroyed the cities of the plain. Lot settled in the mountains with his 2 daughters, afraid to remain in Zoar. There, in the isolation of a cave, his daughters, believing no men remained in the land, devised a plan to preserve their father's line. And the firstborn said to the younger,
Our father grows old, and there is no man left on earth to give us children. Our family line will perish. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him that we may preserve our family through him.
And so, in their desperation, they deceived their father. On successive nights, they gave him wine, and each daughter lay with him, and Lot knew nothing of what was done. The immorality and depravity of Sodom lingered, even in the mountains. From these acts came 2 sons, Moab, father of the Moabites, and Ben-Ami, father of the Ammonites. From fear and folly were born 2 nations who would rise in conflict against Israel for generations. A tragic legacy, not born of trust in God's promise, but of human desperation. Abraham journeyed to the region of Gerar, but once again, fear stirred within him, and he said of Sarah, "She is my sister." So Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent for Sarah and took her into his household. But that night, as the king lay asleep, the Lord himself came to Abimelech in a dream.
You are as good as dead, because of the woman you have taken. She is a man's wife.
But Abimelech had not gone near her, and he said,
Lord, will you destroy an innocent nation? Did he not say to me, "She is my sister"? And she herself said, "He is my brother." I have done this with a clear conscience and clean hands.
Yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience, and so I kept you from sinning against me. That is why I did not let you touch her. Now, return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you will live. But if you do not return her, be sure that you and all who belong to you will surely die.
At dawn, Abimelech rose in fear and summoned all his officials, and when he told them what God had said, they too were very much afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham.
What have you done to us? How have I wronged you that you have brought such guilt upon me and upon my kingdom? You have done things to me that should never be done. What was your reason for doing this?
I said to myself, surely there is no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. Besides, she really is my sister, the daughter of my father, though not of my mother. And she became my wife. And when God made me wander from my father's household, I said to her, "This is how you can show your love to me. Everywhere we go, say of me, 'He is my brother.'"
Then Abimelech took sheep and cattle, male and female slaves, and gave them to Abraham, and he returned Sarah unharmed. And he said,
My land is before you. Live wherever you like.
Then to Sarah he said,
To your brother Abraham, I am giving 1,000 shekels of silver. This is to cover the offense against you before all who are with you. You are completely vindicated.
And Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female slaves, so they could have children again. For the Lord had kept every womb in Abimelech's household closed because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. The Lord was faithful to his word. At the appointed time, Sarah conceived and bore a son. When he was 8 days old, Abraham obeyed the Lord's command, circumcising him, a sign of the covenant God had established with his family. Abraham named him Isaac. For Sarah said,
God has brought me laughter, and everyone who hears will laugh with me. Who would have said to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? Yet I have borne him a son in his old age.
Isaac grew, and on the day he was weaned, Abraham held a great feast. But Sarah saw Ishmael mocking and playing, and she said to Abraham,
cast out this slave woman and her son. For the son of this slave shall not share in the inheritance with my son, Isaac.
The matter distressed Abraham deeply, for Ishmael was his son. But God said to him,
Do not be distressed. Listen to Sarah, for it is through Isaac that your offspring shall be reckoned. Yet I will make the son of the slave woman into a nation also, because he is your seed.
So Abraham sent Hagar and Ishmael away, giving them bread and water, and they wandered into the wilderness of Beersheba. When the water ran out, Hagar placed Ishmael under one of the shrubs. Hagar sat across from Ishmael, weeping bitterly as the boy cried. In her despair, she said,
Let me not see the death of the boy.
Yet the Lord heard the voice of the boy, and an angel called to her from heaven.
Do not be afraid, Hagar. God has heard the boy, where he is. Lift him up, for I will make him into a great nation.
God opened Hagar's eyes, and she saw a well of water. She drew from it, and both were revived. Ishmael grew strong in the wilderness, becoming an archer. The Lord was with him, guiding his path. He lived in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother found a wife for him from Egypt. Sometime later, Abimelech, king of Gerar, came to Abraham. God was with Abraham in all he did, and Abimelech saw it. He sought a covenant of peace, and Abraham confronted him over a well of water his servants had taken.
I have dug this well, and it belongs to me. Let us make a covenant that we will live in peace and truth.
So Abraham set apart a piece of land at Beersheba as a witness, and the two parted in peace. God's hand was evident. Abraham's faith and integrity earned him respect and influence, securing both his prosperity and the promise the Lord had given. Sometime later, God tested Abraham.
Abraham,
Here I am.
Take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you.
Abraham rose early the next morning, saddled his donkey, split the wood for the burnt offering, and with Isaac and 2 servants, set out for the place God had spoken of. On the 3rd day, he saw the mountain in the distance. He turned to his servants and said,
Stay here with the donkey. I and the boy will go over there to worship, and then we will return.
Isaac carried the wood, and Abraham carried the fire and knife. As they walked together, Isaac spoke.
Father, the fire and the wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?
God himself will provide the lamb, my son.
Abraham built an altar, arranged the wood, and bound Isaac upon it. He reached for the knife to slay his son. But the angel of the Lord called out,
Abraham, Abraham!
Here I am.
Do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know you fear God, because you have not withheld your son, your only son, from me.
Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a thicket. He offered it instead, and named that place, "The Lord will provide."
Thus says the Lord, because you have done this, and not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you, and multiply your descendants, like the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Through your seed, all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me."
So Abraham returned to his servants, and together they journeyed back to Beersheba. Sarah lived to be 127 years old. In Hebron, Canaan, she died, and Abraham wept for her. He purchased the cave of Machpelah as a burial place where he laid her to rest. But the story was far from over. Isaac, her promised son, held the key to God's covenant, and his life would unfold with love, trials, and destiny. What awaited him was a journey of promise, a path shaped by God himself, including the bride he would choose for him.